All right, round 3, and last round everybody was like splits going into it, and so many people swept. So just about everyone is at 9 points. So literally half the players are 9 points. So to get that winning spot, you basically need to sweep this round and or have really good strength of schedule. So this is it. I'm playing against Sid. So Sid is a viewer of this channel who joined in on that Discord link to get into the organized play. Go nuts, heck yeah. And I have no idea what they're playing. We'll figure it out really soon. Freedom, ooh. So Freedom is scary, has that central pressure, can break some stuff cheaply or freely with viruses. I think the worst thing for us would be Surfer. Surfer's really strong against Ag Infusion because they'll never be able to encounter an unresed ice if the server is in a certain way. Our hand is definitely keepable with Rashida's Scarcity. Money would be good, but a slot machine's good money early. Border Control can be money early. Rashida's good. We can definitely keep this. Hey, oh, no doubt. Best of luck, have fun. So, yeah, we got to keep that central pressure off. We have that early NGO front if we want to keep our centrals early, but Freedom's ability, if you access a card, pay its res cost, its cost, and viruses to trash it. So anything that costs 0 can be trashed for free, which is pretty sweet. I don't love border control from HQ. It's really a lot stronger on the remote. I think we want to make sure our centrals don't get pressured too much. And here we could consider playing the Scarcity. I think it's worth doing. We're not showing any agendas, and I don't know whether Freedom is going to be playing currents. Generally, Freedom is pretty good on his own against assets, so you don't really have to play Hacktivist. This might actually do a lot of work. We'll see how it goes. There's a Data Sucker. Just gonna get that pressure up. So we can't res the Fairchild 3. It looks like we're gonna lose a lot of these. They lost to Rashida, that's the worst. Actually, maybe not. Maybe next turn we just jam NGO front. So we res the slot machine here. There's a chance we'll get our money back. It's program hardware, so we are gonna get it back. That's huge. They're down to 1 credit. They're accessing with 2 virus counters, and we know they're gonna draw into a Data Sucker, into Simulchip, into a Hippo. So Hippo is worth playing around. And they get single access. It's a Cyberdex Virus Suite. It's in the archives, which is a bummer, but we do get a free purge, and they have to trash it. Largely have to trash it. And now they can't actually trash the NGO front, which is fantastic here, but oh, they got a Data Sucker back. Hit the border control. Good to know. And now we get an unres card on, ooh, unknown card on R&D. So we can do border control, install advance with the NGO front, and then maybe hit them with a Fairchild. If we do that, we're going to basically throw out the SSL, which clears the Scarcity. They're on 0 credits, which is really good for us. We don't know what's in their hand. They could have it be on a Yusuf, which means they could get through the border control. I think we can just set up here and double credit. It's a bit awkward. I don't know whether they'll run into the Fairchild here. They probably just want to set up and click for credits. And as soon as they do that, we have more cards in hand, and it's safer for us to go border control into NGO front. All right, we're going to res the Fairchild 3 here, which means they're going to trash their Data Sucker. And end the run, which is great. This can be easily trashed with Hippo if they just click through it. So they have to trash an install card, they have to trash a credit or lose, so they lose their money. And we'll end the run here, because if they access, they can steal and trash more than half of our hand. Luckily now Slot Machine isn't that bad. Like they could just run through it if they really want to. Because they won't lose 3 credits. The worst case is we get credits, which would be pretty good for us. And this in Archives is actually really good because now they can't farm Archives counters off of Data Sucker, Yusuf, or Amakua too well, at least. Going down to 0 into Scarcity is so rude. So Hippo Run is like the worst case here, and they just drew 1 card, so I think they drew another Data Sucker if I'm not mistaken, and then it's a Simulchip. Yeah, there you go, continuing counter ice, hopefully we get money. Hardware event resource, so it does nothing. They're on the Nihilist. Wow. And now the Hippo's next on top. Single axis here. No good. Hippo into Knife, so a lot of destruction. And the Nihilist, not a card you see often. I'm actually a big fan of it. Click for credit. So they can't Hippo next turn. Not much we can do here. I think we just click for 3. We could do credit install advance, which is like going to 5, and it forces them to run. But then we could do it next turn for, yeah, I think we actually do that. I'm going to pre-res it so we're not weak to any shenanigans. If they want to run this, they can. They trade a click when they need to set up, and we get 5 instead of 8, which is 2 credits, but we can still hedge fund out of it, so we're okay. And we're just worried about the Hippo eating the Fairchild, so we need another ice in front of it. So now they drew the Hippo. So that's going to make the run fizzle. Shouldn't matter too much. And they have the Hippo, so we need to ice up in front here. So we'll draw once. We don't have it, and I think losing this is way too big of a deal, so we're going to hedge fund and then ice up HQ. This is really unfortunate that we're going to have the border control here, but at least now we don't have to res it. Maybe that's good. So they could click through this, which would be mean. I think we just res the border control to get value. If they hippo border control, it's totally fine for us. And we're gonna get some money back from this. And now we still have to build the remote, which can be kind of difficult. They could still just like try and close the game off a slot machine. By close the game, I mean turn off scarcity, get some points. But this is looking okay. And they're gonna need their Yusuf to deal with border control, and they're gonna need some virus counters as well. I'm not sure what card they bottomed from the second slot machine. I think they bottomed the Simul chip. And we're in 6, and we can always celebrity gift out of this. But yeah, we just want to build a remote. It's also awkward to have the border control on the outside, because if we, yeah, there we go. So get us some money. Resource event hardware, fuck. So Nihilist, Gamble, Hippo. So this does nothing. It's a free run. They can steal Obokata, they can steal SSL for sure, and Philotic, but no dice there, and no zero cost access of trashable with Freedom. Drawing one's credit. So they just drew into a Nihilist, they're throwing out a Nihilist. We have a Thimble Rig, which is pretty good. Thimble Rig Rashida is probably just good enough. If they keep going through the slot machine, I don't see how they're going to win. We could, in theory, pre-res Rashida. I think if they have Hacktivist, they might have played it already. They trash this for free if they get in. So DDoS, run, they could trash it. This is a Thimble Rig. We'll just go ahead and res it. It gives us some flexibility too, so we can put the Thimble Rig and swap it with the border control, which is really good. So then we actually have an ice that eats Hippo better, and the border control is on the remote. We want to ice up the border control after that, so they don't just run it and trash it with Hippo. But hopefully we'll draw ice with Rashida. And I think we're at a point where we just need a bit more money that we can jam out. All right, that wasn't scrolling at all. Draw 2, there are 3 credits. We'll res Rashida, fire, gain 3, and mandatory, and 3 credits. Some good stuff. Swap Thimble Rig, yeah, I think we will. We have an NGO here, which is pretty good. Whether we I'd actually rather have the Fairchild. A lot of times the damage and the net damage isn't so meaningful. We also could just, I think we could just like celebrity gift our whole hand here and install. I'm okay with that. We don't have to show the agenda, so next time we jam, it looks like an NGO front. And now they have to be scared whether this is a Fairchild or a DNA tracker. And one of them is a bit easier to deal with as long as they run first click. But if they run first click and click through this, the border control has some teeth. So now they're gonna have to dig up into the sure gamble. And I don't know whether if we know what's on top of their deck anymore. Now, unfortunately, if they run this, yeah, it's a bit awkward. I feel like we can probably score. If they run through this, they hippo it. So I think we definitely want to get this in front of it. Getting this scored seems a bit better than the baddie. And next turn we'll do double advance. Let me move my face. I've had worse fires. It's a bit better for us. They're still at only 8 credits. They want a Liberated to come down. They threw out 1, I guess, but it's going to cost a lot with Scarcity. Scarcity is such a mean card. We've never said that before on this channel. And then we can do advance. I guess we'll pre-res baddie as well. There's a sucker, but not much they can do. Dirty Laundry Archives, I think it purges the sucker, doesn't it? Yeah, so it doesn't really get in value. It just gets them 3 credits. The CVS in the bin's good. Ooh, Black Orchestra though, that's a pretty meaningful thing. Another celebrity gift is good. I think we just want to go advance. I'll pre-res the baddie, and then I think we'll just click for a credit here, just so that there's no tricks that we have to play around of. But in theory, they can now run HQ if they want to, 3 credits and a full turn. Slot machine still has teeth, and if we get 3 free advancements, oh my god, it'll be so good for us. That almost never happens, does it? Deck of the week this week, actually. It'll happen. We also have 11 credits, which is in theory enough to res all of these. And we don't need to res the Thimble Rig in theory, but if we keep it unresed, it'll eat the Hippo and the Fairchild safe. So Fairchild is like what? If they don't run first click, it's 3-3. Like it's a 9 credit run, and they still have to deal with border control, which they're not showing a way to get through it. Wow, what are they doing here? Are they just going to Hippo the Thimble Rig? And then run for centrals? Okay. So they passed it, and they're just going to jack out. I think that's acceptable for us. That's another Hippo. Okay, so we just have to ice it up. We don't have to res the ice, we just have to ice it up. So I think this is a fine turn for us to do. Like, we could do Celebrity Gift into Anansi, which is fine, but I think we actually want to do that. I know we're not going to get full value out of this. 2 clicks for, what? 8 is good enough. And we just want to make sure, because this thing is really weak to Hippo. At least 1 Hippo's out, and it wasn't a very good hit. They're not showing a killer just yet, and they're down on 3 credits. So running R&D for singles is kind of the good thing they can do right now. If we get this Anansi res and they don't hit it, then we can always bounce them into it, which is really strong. But Hippo's really hard for us to play around. because it eats our ability. Our ability, we want to have ice on the outermost that is rezzed, because when you bounce someone to the ice, they don't approach it, they encounter it. And daily cast coming down for 2 credits with a career fair through the scarcity. That's another scarcity as well. We're going to go ahead and score this. Also give us some rolling money, puts us on the board, and hopefully we draw another agenda soon. We took out the DRM from this deck, which I kind of regret, and put a Jinja instead, which isn't been that good, especially, man, it's just not that great. Daily cast, clicking away for 2. They're just drawing up madly. We still have to watch out for stim hacks. We still have the Marcus Batty border control ag infusion. It takes 3 clicks for them to run the remote, regardless of what's going on. I think we just ice up R&D and then NGO front advance, maybe. Second I've had worse, really digging into their deck. Still haven't seen a Yusuf. There you go, actually. Speak of the devil. It's hard for them to get counters on this thing because archives is a bit off limits. They always could go through the slot machine, so I did think we definitely want to get the DNA in front of it. If we draw an agenda, I think we'll definitely score it. Throw out an Earthrise, a Yusuf, and a Nihilist. Cool. Take the money. Kakugo. It's not bad. Definitely not bad. They're more likely to hippo the Kakugo, and then the DNA is safe, which is good. I think we can do this on R&D. We probably could just spend clicks here drawing to find the agenda to jam, because they are really far behind at this point with 4 credits and no virus counters. But hey, there's a Liberated. That's exactly what they need. They celebrity gift, or sorry, they career faired that, so it's 5 credits. It's still better than normal. Take the money. All right, we can draw once. All right, advance, pop, and then we'll jam Rashida, which hopefully draws us into the agenda we need to close the game, or the 2 agendas we need to close the game. We also haven't seen a restricted card just yet. Sometimes they play Paperclip. Maybe it's a Film Critic. Film Critic would be way better against our deck. They're up at 14. There's the money they needed, and there's the Knob Kuri. So if they run a central server, they can get another counter on something. So maybe, I'm assuming there's Plongi somewhere we need to play around. Ooh, almost forgot to res that. All right, so if we want to keep jamming into this remote, we could just do install advanced events, but we'll be throwing out a fair few cards. You can protect the Kakugo. I feel like if we just Glacier up, we're in a pretty good spot. It doesn't really matter what we put here. And next turn we'll do install advanced events with the Batty. We probably could have jammed that turn, but we throw out a couple cards. I guess we're weak here to Rebirth. If they do Rebirth, that could be possible. And then we'll have to ice up archives for sure. But the idea now is that we don't res the IP blocker, the DNA tracker, and then the Thimble Rig, we can use it as a redirection with Ag Infusion after they hit the border control, I imagine. So they go through this full server a couple times. And then this won't get trashed. We always can move the Thimble Rigs around too, which is nice. Liberated cleared up. They're on 15 credits. Still haven't stim hacked once. And if we jam this and they get through it, like, it's still fine. We'll get 9 credits and we can probably just jam the next one if we have it. All right, there's a Plongi. Ooh, we could just value purge here. I did this wrong last game where we jammed the Obakata. So if they run here, they have to get through Thimble Rig, they can. Fairchild, they can, it's really expensive. Then border control, they have to do it a couple times. I feel pretty good about just jamming this. I think I'll jam the money one though. A lot of times it's better to do the other option, but nothing here does damage. I guess the DNA sort of does. If they drop a Paperclip, then they have Paperclip Plongi, which is super powerful. So if we res a Nancy here, it's still really expensive. And if they hippo, it's fine. Yeah, I think we can afford to res this, especially because we have this one coming. So if they want to Plongi and break it, it's still like 9 credits, and then they can hippo it. Big ice. It also uses a Plongi counter, which is not totally meaningful if they can Knob Curie, so I think they'll do that and just click through. So there you go, they spend 9. They still have to deal with this, which they could just triple click through. It's a Fairchild. They triple click through, they get to Plongi back. And then another hippo eats the Fairchild. So we don't have to score. We could actually slow roll this and then just like ice up HQ again. Because again, Marcus Batty border control 3 ice seems really good. Oh, I fucked up. I should have hit something there. Triple click. All right, they get single access here. They could steal the Obakata. That'd obviously be the best hit here. They could trash the Batty for free. They hit the Obakata. Oh, fuck. Damn it. They trash it. We hit Simulchip, Sucker, Cast, Knob Curie. Damn, rough hit. All right, so I think we'll just repair this on HQ, advance once. Credit. I don't think we have a reason to go too fast here. Now that's 2 hippos out, and they're on 5 credits. A lot of times they can break stuff for free if they get their use of train rolling, which could be hard here. Down to 5 credits, 9 with the gamble. So we can score out here. Advance, advance. We're on game point. Anything we jam, they have to kind of look at. Philotic would be an easy sneak in here. Remote's seeming good. I think next turn we want to purge. Again, Archives is so good with the Cyberdex Virus Suite in here. Here, Resonancy. I think we just maybe click for credit. We could drop double baddie if we're really paranoid, and then next turn we got something to jam into. We also could just preemptive. I feel like preemptive it's okay, but we want to draw agendas more than we want to draw money or anything else at this point, because we have 9 credits off of this, and we don't need to res too much on this remote. We just want to go faster. I think we'll draw. Yeah, okay. Cortex Lock is cheap. I don't have 2 MU though. Whatever. And then hopefully next turn we can score this out. So if we jammed baddie, we could have done double baddie. But they have 9 credits. Still haven't seen a stim hack. And they need access with 4 cards in hand. And again, they have to deal through Fairchild a couple times. We can even res the DNA tracker. We just need to make sure that we have enough money, and we'll have 9 extra from SSL, so it can be pretty easy. Scarcity is off now, so they can play viruses. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see the Nihilist do its thing, which is always an interesting card. It provokes the Purge. But man, they really need a Paperclip stat. Paperclip is so good with their Breaker Suite. Paperclip Pelongi is kind of the best you can ask for outside of Stealth. 2 clicks, 9 credits. They can force us to res some of our big ice, and they are. Man, if they hit the 1 and 5 at Obakata again, if we res this, we're down to 8. If we res this, they have to break it for 9, though. I think we'll do it. And then it's the outermost res, so that our ability on the remote gets a bit stronger. It's the second Anansi on HQ. They could let this fire. They definitely could. It has a chance of hitting a stim hack, which would be nice, but maybe they're not on stim hack if they're assuming that the use of Pelongi will be like a free thing. They still have to deal with the Fairchild 3. I wonder if resing this was even necessary. Considering the Fairchild 3 is already like really expensive unless they want to trash their cards. Fire all? Okay, cool. Oh, okay, so we have to plan this out. We can do install advance, we could hedge fund IPO, all that sort of stuff, but we know there's nothing on R&D for the next 5 turns, so resing anything here doesn't matter. So what's next on R&D? I guess we'll do... And we'll definitely draw here. So we have 1 fewer card in hand for them to steal. Unfortunately, if this doesn't go through, like if they steal the agenda, we won't be drawing an agenda for a while. So we'll have to preempt with the shuffle if we want to close the game off. This is going to do 3 damage to them. Hit a Pelongi, hit another Nihilist, all 3, and the Earthrise are out. And they're going to jack out, which is good stuff. So here, we're going to be on 11 credits, 1 card in hand. I think we can just install advance the Obakata. I don't think we have to like wait a turn to hedge fund, IPO, install, or whatever. All right, we know what this is. We know what the server is. So I don't... Yeah, we could actually throw them into the Nazi there. They would have died, or no. That's all good. This is the sort of thing where it's like so late in the game and Ag Infusion ability hasn't been that relevant that you forget about it. I think we do install advance. We'll be on 9. And with 9, we can res 6, 7, 8, and yeah, we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine. All right, what do you got to throw out here? I don't think we need another Scarcity. So it's baddie, border control, Ag Infusion. They have to run this remote a couple times. And they can only use a Pelongi once, so even getting through border control more than once can be hard. They need 1 use of counter per shot, considering they could give us the money. But if they give us the money, we probably are able to afford the DNA tracker. Fuck it, I think even sometimes we can just res the DNA tracker, we'll be fine. All right, so they can't run the remote anymore because of border control. Into Ag Infusion with only 2 clicks left. And we know R&D is safe, we know HQ is safe. They're running the remote here. Technically, there's no way that they can get in. So I guess we'll just res the Fairchild. No, wait. Yeah, we'll just throw them into HQ. Here, so now they hit the Nancy. If they don't break all the subs, again, 3 damage, and they have some interesting subroutines. They don't matter too much. And then they can't run it again because of border control. We know the top of R&D is safe, so that should be it. They're gonna make it a code gate, break it for 9. They're on 0 credits, jack out, and that's probably gonna be it. Oh, they're coming again. They can't even, I'm just gonna end the run. That'll be it. Man, some aggressive Glacier. Not even that aggressive, but I mean like really strong Glacier remote. Run it 3 times. That's always the good Jinteki option, and that'll take us out. We rolled through 2 SSLs. That's huge money. Normally we struggle with money. It was still a bit close. Good game. Thanks for the game. That early scarcity is some old bullshit, eh? Scarcity Y, yeah. Oh man, I took Roberto's list and I put a third scarcity in it because I'm that sort of dickhead. It's so good. Yeah, I'll make the next one. Good game though. Cool, yeah, it's that early, like it's such a big deal how strong that early Cyberdex is. Otherwise they can run archives and build not only Plongi tokens, but use of tokens, data sucker tokens. And then we don't have to, they can break stuff for free, which is huge. Fortunately, we got that in the bin on like what, turn 1. So that's obviously a way different game if that's not in there. You just have to ice it up a bit, but it slows you down in terms of res costs and installs and clicks. It's a big deal. We'll catch you in game 2. All right, game 2, we're having our silly fun with a 112 card max deck. I just like it. It's a fun format. Hey, best of luck, have fun. We're playing against an Asa Group. It's our second HB today. Asa Group, it's really hard to tell what they do. A lot of them are acid decks. They're sort of like, I never remember the card, fully operational. Actually, we got it. And that's really strong. I think that's usually what goes on here. So an early imp is good, but we don't have any money. I think we're just going to mulligan to money with this deck. Yeah, you want that caddy. The wanton early can be really strong. We have the mystic as well, which is pretty good stuff. So 112 card deck, have to kind of be lucky in our draw order, but a lot of times we have to just make do with what we have, which hopefully is good enough. They kept their hand, and there you go. There's the Asa. First time of turn when they install a card, as long as it's not, they can install additional non-agenda. Ooh, daily quests. That's awkward. Okay, so daily quest is going to fire here. We could just wanton their whole hand, which is probably not the worst. The other option is just to set up, but I kind of, like, we could mystic into caddy into street peddler just so we set up so we get caddy once a turn and mystic once a turn. I feel like that might be a bit better than just wantoning here. We have access to 2 breakers, which is good, and we can throw the orchestra into the bin, which is even better, and then we'll just set up. All right, we need to be able to run this. Even if we force them to res ice, it just makes the caddy worse, and we can probably just face check next turn. They did have, oh, they only have 5 credits, so there's not too much scary they can res. Like a drafter isn't that good. I think we check it, but yeah, this is fully operational, so just the trashing stuff is good. This deck might be really fast, and they're jamming the remote. Violet level clearance. This seems like a really good time to hit off a wanton for free. But that also could be scary. We drew into an I've had worse, losing the patchwork, but we now have access to all our breakers, which is really good. Our economy just might not be there, and we're gonna hit their whole hand. Retrieval run doesn't get anything, but we'll throw out 3. They probably drew into some agendas there. I don't know what server 2 is. The money's ticking away. It's just a Maryland into something, but getting the daily quest down would probably be pretty good. Checking archives might be fine as well. I don't know how these decks work. It's been a while since I saw that sorry fully operational list, but like fully operational NASX could be hard-hitting news. There's a lot of things it could be. They didn't ice up archives, so the archives check seems a bit less good. Drew into a Puemo. Puemo's value. Puemo's always value. I think we moshing Puemo though. All right, Earthrise. Ooh, Maw is really good. They're gonna ice their stuff up, but Maw is definitely not bad. From here, I think we definitely want to hit caddy once. We have access to all our breakers, so if we just do Armitage and get value, we might be okay. We just need to figure out some way to generate additional value. Like you need that Stargate, the Begot, the Maw. We need some ways to get more value accesses. Their money is getting way ahead of them. Like we definitely should have contested the daily quest at this point. Even if they just spend money resing stuff, like I don't think there's anything that's that bad for us, barring like Brainstorm, which we could break. We only have 2 cards in hand. It's not that bad. All right, they're just clicking for credits. HQ pressure could be good. You know what? Actually, this frantic coding is only 1 credit, and it has a chance of getting us into a Stargate. I think we'll do it. All right, so that's a lot to read. It's Black Orchestra, Imp, or no install. We'll take the Imp. What did we hit? We hit nothing relevant. We lost 2 stim hacks, though. That's kind of relevant. So now getting accesses is good. I feel like we just want to Earthrise, Caddy, and Armitage and go from here. Now we're going to be drawing a lot. We have enough money banked up, and we should be able to exert some sort of pressure. I don't know what that is, but there has to be agendas in hand or in the remote. Fully operational. There you go. So this is the card. This is such a strong card. Gain 2 credits or draw a card, or draw 2 cards, excuse me, repeat for as many remotes you have. And there's Cybernex Court. Luckily, we can imp that. A lot of their ice might just be Fairchild, Vanilla, Gatekeeper, Hagen, that sort of like HB mid-range combo stuff. And I don't know what that is. Take clicks? Yeah, okay. Oh, that's good. Earthrise, nice. Okay, so that's pretty good. We have the retrieval run, which doesn't get too much. We don't have a Stargater Fem or Amakua. Those are real big things we're looking for. I think we definitely take the caddy money, and we probably just run this. We can imp it. If we imp it also, it just reduces their amount of, well, they actually have a Cyberdex Fire Suite, so that's a Hagen. That trashes program, so we're going to install our Corroder and break this for fucking 5. Holy shit. So we'll definitely imp that. Good thing now is checking archives is a bit less bad. I think we can just check archives. Because of CVS, it's an issue. Hit nothing. So we hit Crisium. That's probably against Apocalypse. They need Apocalypse reinforcement. That's probably a Crisium there. We threw an Eli, Gatekeeper, and a Rashida. So I think we get the casts down. It might be good enough. And then we have a value Mystic powered gamble next turn. We just want to go on Centrals. We need to find some multi-access. They probably have agendas in HQ, and their hand size is going to be a bit pressured unless they have another Cybernex Court, a card that increases their hand size. And they could just combo out here. Like, it's probably, what is it, Reconstruction Contract? I forget what this deck does. They're just drawing up so much. So we want to go HQ. What do we have access to? We don't have a Paperclip, but we have Orchestra and MK. So as long as we have the money, which we don't really have. And fucking daily quests. We probably should have trashed that a year ago, but now it's sunk cost fallacy or whatever. D99, a bit slow, but definitely good. We do have a stim hack. And stim hack could be a really big deal. I think server 2 is probably an Ash. I feel like we might just stim hack HQ. Fuck, if we find one cheap server, we can like really capitalize on the Maw. But I think we need a just stim hack HQ here and hope for the best. Retrieval Run still doesn't get our Fem or Amakua. They could be on IP. We're going to stim hack HQ. This will probably let us get a Black Orchestra or an MK Ultra down for cheap. If not, it's a lot of wasted money, but at least we can maybe clear the Crisium for free. It's a Gatekeeper, so that's good. That's a really, it's a really good time to hit it during a stim hack because we do all this stuff for free. And with the Imp, we can trash a card from hand more likely than the Crisium. It's a Crisium, that's fine. It's a Punitive Counterstrike. Holy shit. That's a good hit with the Imp. Okay, so money matters. I've had worse matters. The Crisium Grid doesn't matter. We lost the D99. That's a really strong card in the matchup now that we know what it is because it lets us recur I've had worse. Anytime we steal an agenda, we can just click to take I've had worse to our hand, which can be very valuable. They definitely have archive memories too, so like this is really, really scary because they have unlimited money with quests and basically everything else. I think we now need to stop their money. Like I think we would consider running server 1. Let's see what it is. It's another Gatekeeper. It's hella expensive. Oh, it's a Hagen. At least that's only, what, 4 credits now? We should have done that in turn 1. Just force them to res that. All right, so this is cheaper to install, and I think we'll just, it's either Armitage or Caddy Jones. I'm worried that this is a hard-hitting news deck to some extent, so I feel like the Armitage is a bit better. At least then we can clear all the things, unless they do like some load testing shenanigans. All right. This is still really expensive to get to. It's 3. Like ideally you hit this. Oh, good. Looks like they're gonna be on a lot of 5/3s if they're on the punitive plan. So if they score a 5/3, it's still a lot of work for them to do. I don't know if they're on Echo Chamber or something else. So we might be okay. We just need to get more disruption down. Well, that's actually pretty good. Okay. So I think we definitely can moshing here and throw out the cards that we have duplicates of. I'm actually considering, I think the Maw is actually relatively good. Yeah, I think the Maw is actually really good if we can get cheap runs, especially with Gatekeeper. I guess this is only on successful run. Oh, it's not even a successful run. So if we do Amakua into Maw, we can get HQ and start trashing things, which would be sweet. But I think we need to get our money up. They're going to score next turn and their economy has kind of dried out. Running this too also might matter. It just makes their fully operations a bit worse and they're halfway through their deck. Okay, we'll just keep the money up and then hopefully we can install Maw and Amakua and go in next turn. They score this, like, I don't know, it's probably a Vashron. Oh, it's a team sponsorship. No, I did not expect sponsorship with 5/3s. Oh, triple punitive, huh? That's hard to deal with. So now the Maw seems a bit worse. Oh my god, 3 punitives. Daily Quest is coming back. We can definitely deal with that. They have to res it as well. It's not that expensive, especially if we install the Amakua. Holy shit. So they can just do punitive, punitive, punitive over and over and over again. And they had one more click? Oh, because Asa, of course. Nothing to see here. They have to pre-res it. I think we're definitely going to run it to force them to do something. We also have forked. So far, we haven't seen a sentry just yet. We do have ability to get our sentries. I think we're going to liberate a run. I guess the worst case there is Fairchild. So I guess we'll click it twice. We'll run server 1. We have to make sure their money is down, just so they can't triple punitive. Okay, let's see what this does. Resource, resource, resource. Oh, no. Ooh. We'll pay 6. Have your advancements. So we know we're going to trash 2. So we're going to trash Liberated and Begot and draw a Turning Wheel, which is pretty good. They triple advance an Ice. Fine. Pass Ice and continue. It probably isn't relevant. Sorry I hit the microphone there. This is now going to be what? 4? Still really expensive. We get 2 back on this. And their money is pretty bad, but they can always just like recur gambles or recur fully operationals, which is even more scary. I guess. Caddy? I don't know. Man, the maw is so much worse when they have triple Project Vitruvius. I think we need to get central accesses just because there's agendas somewhere. If we can recharge our imp would be good. Like I think we might want to install our Amaku over imp and then free retrieval run for an imp and just go in instead. Just because it'll trash agendas. We don't want to steal agendas now because of the triple punitive threat, but our money is actually pretty good. So maybe that's not necessary. I don't know. Being able to contest the remote is really important, and they only have 6 credits, so like it's fully operational. They can just recurse fully operationals over and over again. It's a 5 credit card, let alone the card draw, right? It's even more if they put a card in server 1 first. So Cybernetics Court is coming back. Yeah, we'll retrieval run the imp. Let's see where they put it. I reckon they put it in server 1. Man, combo. Install a card in server 1. Credit. And Violet. Okay. And Violet. We have the turning wheel. Feel like we had to do something smart here. We really need to use the Amakua. We will retrieval run. Just otherwise the Mystic is an issue. Look at the imp. Okay, from here, they still don't have a lot of money, but every time that they play one of these, it's like what? 7 credits? So they can gain 1, then 2, 4, 6. Yeah, it's 7 credits. It's absurd. So the punitive play is really difficult. So we run HQ, we can just start trashing agendas, but they can always pull them back with Vitruvius. Oh, they use 2 Vitruvius counters? Oh, okay. Oh, they only have 2 counters. Oh, thanks. I thought we were playing around 3. So now they can't really triple punitive us. The question is, how can they combo out? I think we run HQ, we just run HQ cheaply. We can put a turning wheel down first and maybe try and win in like 1. I think that's probably good enough, and we'll never steal an agenda here. Amaku won't get a counter, because we'll probably trash something, let alone the what's it called? The Chrysium. But I'm scared of hard-hitting news. Like they can also recur load testing. There's some like nutty combos. It's a Cybernetics Court. I don't think we trash this one. It's unique. And we'll trash the Chrysium. We got a turning wheel counter, which is nice. So there's a chance that we can try and close the game out with turning wheel, but I'm worried that they can combo out here. Like I don't know why their hand size matters that much, unless they're on some crazy Rococo combos. And we want to hit those pieces at least with the imp. There's a chance that we can actually afford the Maw, but we really need like a Dirty Laundry or some sort of up-tempo economy card. Install in server 2. And if we run it, sure, it could be an Ash. But if we can trash it, oh, there you go. So there's a fully operational, so they're going to get so much money. Fucking hell, 8 credits. All right, we have an Adore. We don't have too much money otherwise. If they score this, like there's a reason we'd want to consider trashing team sponsorship. Sponsorship is 3 strength, which is 4 credits, unless we install the Adore to make it 1 fewer. I think we could install the Chrysium and do not steal or trash it. We could try and maw them out, but like it's really hard again with the Vitruvius counter. Draw for 1 card. Fem, not amazing. Really expensive. Haven't seen the Stargate yet. Fuck, what do we do? 16 credits. I think we just run HQ. We'll draw again. Run HQ. Let's go see what R&D is. It's a tech startup. We'll pay 1 to trash that. Won't get an Amaku counter, and then we can run again. That's for the Cybernetics Court, I imagine. I don't know if there's any other ridiculous. Maybe it's on Rococo. Who knows? It's an Eli. Do we trash Eli? Yeah, Eli's kind of hard to deal with. We'll trash it. Just fewer cards in hand. Yeah, the Maw. It's a bit hard. It's a bit hard to afford that. You really want to, like, I don't know, fucking stim hack that off of what's it called? Oh, discard into 4? Yeah, excuse me. Off of a Street Peddler, but like, okay, like that's gonna happen. All right, so if they score out, they still get some pretty good tempo with team sponsorship. I wonder what it is. If it's like a Cyberdex Fire Suite, that's pretty annoying. I think it's another Vitruvius. Yeah, it's a sandbox. Oh, at least the Purge isn't that valuable. But they're going to get 4 credits, and now they're still on game point. And now if we steal an agenda, we have to deal with triple punitive, assuming they have 1 in hand, or 2 in hand, excuse me, which is pretty difficult. And team sponsorship still fires. Unseen card. Uh-oh. And it is on, so that has to be a Crisium, right? All right, so I guess we can try and close the game in 1. We still don't have any agendas. We've seen what in hand? We've seen a Cybernetics Court. They have to trash. Oh no, they don't have to trash. Their hand size should be huge. Oh, they can install another card because of Asa Group, right? They can install something in front. All right, so there's another ice. Not the Eli. Okay, paperclip. All right, what do we want? We lost the Liberated. We're out 3 gambles. We're more than halfway through our deck, but we can't figure a way to close the game out. If we steal an agenda, we're in a really bad spot. Weird decisions. Mighty X, then we can play for free. I assume they'll just give us the bad. They won't take the bad pub. If we hit an agenda, we're in a really bad spot. I've had worse counts. I know it's hard to see here with my face on top of it, but we're at 1, 2, and I can never tell. Oh, all 3 are out. So like we have no good counter to punitive besides having more money than them, which is going to be very difficult considering we don't have that much money. We'll draw up once. Career Fair doesn't really hit anything in our hand that worthy. I don't think we need the Dory unless they're on Tour Guide, but then Amaku is not that far off based off of what their board state looks like right now. I think we'll just Armitage twice, unfortunately. Oh, we have to throw out 1 more. Okay. They still need to jam out a 5-3, but as soon as we steal a 5-3, like the triple punitive threat is real. As long as we keep 4 cards in hand, though, the economy might not be there. And we really want to play an event this turn. I guess we can play a forked for free and hope. Drawn up. Wonder what server 2 is. I think it's an Ash. So like we have to deal with Ash and punitive, which can be difficult. But I don't know what their ice is. Like so far their ice hasn't been that scary. I imagine there is a Fairchild 3 sneaking around somewhere, maybe even a tier. But I don't think big ice makes that much sense if they're playing you know, what's it called? Punitive. All right, we finally have a Stargate. We lost a day job. It's a daily quest. I think we definitely want to run that at least to start. We have to play an event here. Fuck it, do we just forked it for free? I think we forked it for free. It's free. We're gonna have to throw out a card anyways. Maybe it's stupid, but otherwise Mystic Miami fires. This might be flawed. We're trying to get a hard read that this is a drafter. The hardest of reads. It's a gatekeeper. God damn it. So imagine they'll biotic out their last points in some like convoluted, expensive way. So I think, oh, that's so expensive. 7 for us to take this thing down. They ended up spending 4. I'm gonna have to watch that video back on for that. All right, we'll trash that. We're at 6. We got 2 when we accessed that. We in theory didn't have to trash it, but then it would fire next turn. I think we can Armitage Caddy. Then we have a click left, so we might as well draw for something to Career Fair. Oh, we didn't find it. All right, we're running out of win conditions massively. They were able to exert a lot of power on the board every turn, and it's just a matter of turn before they biotic out. But we need to make sure we keep our money up just so we don't get punitive. I think clicking Caddy every turn might have been one of the more important things we do. Also, just getting something out of remote is actually important, not only for the daily quests, but just for the fully operational. I'm feeling really proud I remembered the name of that card. It usually doesn't happen around here. All right, 41 cards left. We have 8 credits, 3 caddy, 3 turning wheel tokens. But again, if we steal a lot of agendas in a turn, if it's not the Hail Mary we hope we win here, we're likely to die. What just happened? Oh, there we go. Another server. Fully operational, can draw their whole deck. There are actually probably multiple agendas on the table at this point. Might be able to do biotic 5 advance, 4-8. No, that's usually expensive. So I imagine they're fully operational here, right? Like, we just can't spend money checking all these and then keeping out from punitive. It's so hard. If we had another imp or film critic, but I think we're only on 2 imps, and I think they've come and gone. Only 1 imp so far has come and gone. So it's a 1 in 41. We'll find it. We'll find it. Uh-oh, we've lost connection to the server. Okay, back in. All right. So it looks like we disconnected. And they definitely used a project with Trivius to do a fully operational. So it's back to us. All right, let's click this fully up. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so they're on game point if they can like double biotic into a 5-3, let alone reconstruction contract into the dedication ceremony. I don't know if they have the influence for that. They have 21 credits. So if they have double punitive in hand, it's hard for us to store a 5-3, and they could have punitive archive punitive, I guess. This is only 2 credits to get in. We haven't seen our second imp. It's somewhere in the bottom 38 cards, the size of a lot of other runners' decks, so we can find it. Server 5 also, they could spend some money, but we want to make sure that we run, but that we don't like lose to punitive. I think we're going to start with a Street Peddler. I don't know what Egg gets us access to. Wanton's useless, Caddy's useless, Mimic is useless. At least Mimic is the cheapest way we have to deal with the potential of Drafter. It also lets us maybe cheaply get through, or more cheaply get through Hagen. I don't know what to do. I think we just have to hope we haven't lost here. That's always a choice. If we steal an agenda, we probably lose. We have 4 hand size. If it can land double punitive pretty trivially. I feel like we're just going to do nothing and we'll lose, which is, you know, fine. That's fine. Oh, wow, take the money from Caddy, install a second Caddy, trashing the first Caddy, put money on that Caddy. Caddy efficiency. But I don't know how we can not die to punitive, because our money's just not there. All right, hope for the best. Pomo is technically probably better than Fem. All right, it's a Maryland. So that's taking away, that's more money. They res that for even. They still have to figure a way to score out. We're assuming there's an upgrade in server 2, fully operational count, 2 out of it. Tech startup going to be pulled. That's what, a Rococo? There has to be some combo here. Tech startup installing a Rashida. They can't fire that. So they're just thinning their deck? Wild. Card in server 2. Advance. All right, so it's going to be like some Vacheron, and then we die to punitive. So we got to get ready for that. No, I've had worst. Oh, it's hard to close this. Excuse me. We have to scroll in and scroll out. No, I've had worst. So we basically have to do Ash punitive, which is largely going to be impossible for us. So not much we can do here. I wonder what server 4 is. It's probably just like another team sponsor. Sorry. Well, we know it is Rashida. Never mind. So Ash is going to be an issue for sure. So what's the best case scenario here? Running HQ could be cheap. Running R&D could be cheap. We can only trash some cards. We can't mill them out, but I don't think we have a chance here. We'd have to... I think we have to take the money and just run server 2 and hope. We can maybe draw into an econ card, but it's kind of unlikely. Oh, now every time I open this, I have to zoom out. Okay, we'll zoom out. Now we won't zoom out 1. That's too far. That's good enough. I think we'll just take it and we'll run. If this fails, we can run R&D. So we'll run server 2. 3 advances on this ice probably doesn't matter. Like their ice suite doesn't seem to include anything advanceable. Thinking. So they have to do the math between like Ash and punitive and what it costs for us to get in. Likely we do have this peddler, which does make it a bit more hard to predict, but we don't really have anything here that's that beneficial outside of maybe the Mimic for 2. There's also Eli's, which we can click through or we can pay 4. Oh, it's a Helheim servers. Oh, fuck me. I was not expecting that. So now they can throw out their whole hand. I wonder if we're actually going to get hit by... Helheim servers is such a absurdly strong card when it comes to closing the game out. It adds every ice on the server +2. Oh, it's only during a run. So here we can hit the Hagen. Ooh, it's a really good combo with 7x. This card's so good. And it's strength 7. So they're doing some wild math here. And if they basically have another fully operational to double punitive, there's no chance of us getting through this. So this is strength 7. Install paperclip. What's this to break? It's 7. If we install paperclip, it's 4 + 5. It's definitely not cheaper. We also could just let this fire. It'll trash the Imp or the Amakua, and then we can come back. And then it'll be, how much did they boost? 2 cards? It doesn't say. It doesn't say in the log at least. I'm 2, right? Like, we also could just farm this to get the density and HQ lower. So it's either we penned 7 here or we run back and it'll be at 3 strength. This is Icebreaker. Or, yeah, Icebreaker. I think it's in our best interest to just let all subs fire and come back. So they can only trash an Imp or an Amakua. And we can come back. The thing is, like, this is for every ice, so it kind of does make sense for us to just keep doing this over and over again. I guess we always want to make sure we have 1 click left, so if they go too far in, we can like run our HQ and see a lot of cards with Turning Wheel, or maybe even run Archives. I don't know, we definitely need to run this, and I'm worried it's a Vashron, and we're just going to get punitive anyways. Trigger? I mean... Helheim. So they're using Helheim again. And the last click they Helheim their whole hand, so this seems like one of the better times for us to get through. Oh, they're doing 2 as well. Go. Okay. 8 strength. Oh wait, hold on. Do we ever install this? No, we don't install it. So what do? We don't die to a brainstorm. Oh, we do die to a brainstorm. If there's a brainstorm here, we die. Well, we lose anyways. What does it matter? You have to levy on it to encounter, I think. Cool. So this is 8, or we can run back and they jump their whole hand, so maybe our play wasn't smart. Let's see what the res here. Whatever it's gonna be, yeah, sure. Well, good game. Good game, my friend. And they'll have enough money to score. Still MK Ultra? Ooh, I don't think so. So we're gonna let this fire. This is something you fem, assuming that we don't lose, but it's almost likely we do lose here. So it's 2 trash installed runner card. So I don't think it matters because we lose the game. And we lost fem and Stargate. And also the Mystic Miami is gonna be an issue. And they get 3 credits back. So even on top of the Maryland, that's it. I don't know if we had a better line there. Like, contesting this was good. Oh, we have 1 more click left. Wait, what did they trash? They trashed the Black Orchestra? Wait. Can we run HQ and win? We'd have to hit 3 agendas. Seems super unlikely. Fuck it. Running Archives in theory is better. There's a small chance, but I don't think they'd throw out 4 winning agendas. But getting some points would be okay. We have 1 click left, and we can't stop them from having the money. Like, they have 6. We can't force them to spend 6. Especially because they're going to get Maryland, so we have to make them spend, yeah, basically we have to make them spend 6. Whatever, now it doesn't matter. I guess we can run HQ. It's 6 to get through Gatekeeper, which means they could res this, which if it's the Fairchild 3, we'd buy ourselves a turn. Yeah, we'll take it. If it's anything else, we're fucked. If it's an Eli, we're fucked. It's a slot machine, we're screwed. The slot machine could be an issue if it gives them 3 counters. But basically, we need them to spend 6 on this. So we're hoping for a Fairchild 3, and we'll just trash our stuff. It's fine. Oh, it's a drafter. Huh. So if we let this fire, you may add 1 card from Archives to HQ. We can still see 2 cards. That's probably the best we have. But then they can bring punitives back or anything that they've milled. We're gonna lose no matter what to this. I don't think it really matters. So we could break it. We break it for 3, 4, depending on what we want. Probably just 3, and then we hit here with 4 credits, and we can't get through it. I need to let me encounter that. Yeah, I think. So MK Ultra also is like 5. It's cheaper to do the yeah, sorry, no, it's all good. Yeah, I don't think it matters what we do here. We can't get an access. it's 3-6. Yeah, so I guess we'll break that and just hope it's an NGO front somehow, but it seems really unlikely. Break both of them, and we'll jack out. Hey, good game. There's no way this isn't a Vacheron. Oh, maybe it's a 3-2, but like they're at the end of their deck. The chance of them having a 5-3 is really hard. Discard down to 2 cards. Don't mind if I do. Trash card from Grip or Mystic Miami? Card from Grip. Any day of my life. And they say good game. So that's it. We can't keep their servers down. It's so hard, right? Like all this stuff has really good trash cost to res cost ratios. The fully operational is an absurd value. And the punitive threat is real. Like Film Critic is a big deal. And there's a Vacheron. So even if we steal that, that won't do it. Thanks for the game, eh? So that's a split. We got to see what the leaderboards look like, but that was a fun tournament. This Max 112, it's still obviously there's some inconsistencies where it's just this exact thing that you need when you want doesn't actually pull in together. We could have actually had a big chance there. I think all we needed to have is some amount of I've had worses. If we had I've had worses in hand, we can deal with the punitive relatively well, and getting like a District 99 would help recur them as well. That too. Anything in archives? What's the archives HQ look like? There has to be a lot of agendas in hand. I wouldn't be surprised. The thing is, as soon as we like mass active access with Turning Wheel, we're super weak to punitive. Like we steal 4 points with 3 brain damage. Like we can't. 4 points in archives. Ooh. Oh, with a Z. Yeah. So we get to see everything, which would be great. But HQ. Rashida Helheim servers, Fairchild Drafter. Oh, Helheim, we wouldn't have expected that. So this is what was in HQ. There was a food into Vitruvius. That makes sense for a restricted card because we didn't see one. And so I wonder what's in HQ. It might just be like punitive. So in theory, if we ran like archives, when you hit the GK, I can boost it out of range. I was expecting the Crisium. Yeah, I had no chance to get an access outside of archives R&D, but then I died to punitive. There was a chance to run archives, then dig Turning Wheel on R&D. Oh, never mind. Never mind. You had to put them there. Only 2 punitive in the deck. Oh, I thought you'd have archived, considering how you played your Vitru. If you keep Vitru for punitive, I don't think I can win outside Imp. Thanks for watching. Ciao.